Susie didn't know what was going on.
The girls are talking about Stranger Things 3. Y'all done? So on today's episode of Trying Something New, we have 3 items left. We have a big bag of lime-flavored potato chips and a small bag of Arepa-inspired corn tortilla chips with cheese and butter flavor. Which would you like to do tonight?
Both.
Both? Well, maybe both if lime ones are really nasty. Okay, you want to open up those underneath? La Niña Papitas Limon. That sounded French, didn't it? Instead of Spanish.
Spanish?
Colombia?
Oh.
Spanish? This product is perplexing, and we're not just talking about its quirky flavor combination. To see what we mean, glance at the package. What fruit do you see?
Lime, obviously.
Lime?
That's even a fruit.
A lime without a doubt, but look closer, and you'll see the words lemon flavored.
Where?
I don't know, look. So, what flavor are these chips? The confusion.
Right here. Limon.
Yeah. The confusion comes down to language. In many Spanish-speaking countries, lima means lime, and limon means lemon. In Colombia, however, limon means both lemon and lime. Why? It's a matter of supply and demand. Limes grow in warm climates like that of Colombia, whereas lemons thrive in more moderate climates. As a result, lemons are so rare in Colombia that local Spanish speakers lump them in with limes, which explains why the flavor on the package of these lime chips got a bit lost in translation. Who knew citrus lingo could be so confusing? But don't worry, despite the unusual pairing of lime and potato, this zesty yum will have you saying one word that's impossible to mix up. Delicioso. You licked it? Ooh. You want to try a lime potato? What do you think about this? You want to make an appearance in our video? It's got a salty zest to it.
Zest?
Almost a soury taste.
You say zest
I said zest.
instead of taste?
No, I said zest. Zest is a word.
It doesn't mean.
It's got a citrusy tang to it, like a peel from a lime. But then the potato taste comes in afterwards. I don't like these. Do you? Do you want to try the other?
You have to rate this first.
Oh yes, let's rate these first.
Let's see this. We gave the potato chips 2. They're worse than potato chips. I'm giving it a 1.5. Oh no, just 1.
But you're still eating them.
It's a 1.5.
1.5. I agree. Would you like to read us? You're still eating them. Would you like to read us our last trivia question?
If we eat them like really, really fast, They don't taste super duper bad.
Really? You have to eat them really, really fast?
Yeah. Don't eat that many. That'll make it taste worse. Colombia ranks in the global top
I can't hear you.
2.
I'm trying to eat really fast. It's really crunchy in my head.
Colombia ranks in the global top 2 in all the following categories except flour exports.
Exports.
Okay. That's what I thought it said, but then I just said exports. Okay. Flour exports, coffee exports, number of public holidays, or amount of
Ecological diversity.
Yeah.
Ranks top 2 in all the following categories except for one. And I'm going to say number of public holidays. No?
It's coffee exports.
No.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Coffee.
What?
Yeah, I memorized all the answers.
Everything coffee-ish comes out of Colombia. Colombia's coffee might be first in taste, but it's only third in exports, behind Brazil and Vietnam. Really? Colombia is second in all the other categories. It's the second largest exporter of flowers, bested only by the Netherlands. It's tied with the Philippines for the second most public holidays, and it's the second most biodiverse country on the planet. Yet, it's 10 times smaller than the #1 country, Brazil. You might even say Colombia is first at coming in second. Well, I got one wrong. Can you believe it? Alright, so now we're going to try corn tortilla chips with cheese and butter flavor. Is your palate all clear? You're eating lime potato chips. You need to stop so you can taste these. So don't eat anymore while I read about these guys. Tosti Arepa. While it may look similar, this is not your typical tortilla chip. This is an arepa chip. Of course, you might be wondering what's an arepa. Arepas are thin rounds made from ground corn and then grilled, baked, fried, or steamed. They're kind of like Colombian cornbread. Locals have been preparing arepas for over a century. Whether eaten alone, as a side dish, or stuffed with toppings, they have a place in nearly every Colombian meal. In fact, most cities in Colombia, from central Bogota to coastal Barranquilla, host hugely popular arepa festivals every year. In rural regions, arepas are even strung on necklaces and presented to esteemed community members as medals of honor. Given the undeniable importance of arepas in Colombia, we had to bring you this snackified version of the noteworthy food, bursting with cheesy, buttery flavoring. These arepa-inspired chips are anything but typical. Let's see about that. Definitely butter flavored. I'm not tasting any cheese, do you?
Yeah. It tastes like those, like corn cakes, but they're chips, except less cheese.
Yeah.
Less cheese and more crunch.
Well, these are much better than those lemon.
The lemon.
The lemon lime chip. These are good. How would you like to rate these? 3? 3.5.
It's a little better than that.
As good as this?
What are those? The cookies? Yeah.
Alright. 3.5 it is. I definitely like the butter flavor. And I'm not tasting any cheese. In fact, I think I would enjoy it if it was more cheesier instead of buttery. But yeah. They're just like corn chips. I don't know what they're using for butter flavor.
Probably butter.
Cheese and butter artificial flavor. Yeah. What can you do? So we were discussing Stranger Things when we started. Wondering what happened to Hopper. Is he the American that the Russians were talking about?
I think so.
I think so too.
Mommy thinks that Susie killed Hopper because of that song, because she made Dustin sing it, which took like a long time.
If they had entered the number without having to sing the song, they might have
But
made
that's also Murray's fault because he had the wrong number.
Yeah. Oh, there's only crumbs left. But what are you doing?
But
Hopper.
it's also the Russians' fault, obviously. It's technically also Hopper's
I
fault.
don't know why the Russians felt like they had to take Hopper, but
It was also
if
Hopper's fault because he stood on the side when he knew what was gonna happen when he pushed the Russian dude into the thing. But yeah, he still stood on that side when he knew that was gonna happen. He could have stood on the other side so he could actually get out of the way, and then Joyce, or he could go and do the keys with Joyce, and
he
then
couldn't get out of the way because all the electric sparks were blocking.
I know, but if he was on the other side, it wouldn't.
Right. I think he jumped over the railing and he saved himself from the machine. But anyway, we'll find all that out if there's a season 4.
Which
They haven't announced it yet.
Yeah, but when Mommy looked it up, they all said
They haven't announced it yet.
will.
I think it was a goodbye episode. But anyway.
No, it can't be a goodbye episode because at the end they had a Demogorgon.
Doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
So anyway, that concludes this episode of Trying Something New. As always, give a like, give a share. Please subscribe if you want. And we're back to the lemon chips. Lime and chips. Say goodbye.